Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel. A few weeks ago, a company called Discovery Japan reached out to me and asked me if I would be interested in them sending me a box of Holbein watercolors to swatch on my channel. And I said, yes, I would love to. The company is a mall or a Mao. I'm not really sure how you pronounce that word. Mao? I think it's Mao. That specializes in Japanese products. I'll add links to their websites in the video description below so that you can check them out. Today I'll be swatching the Holbein watercolors that they sent me for you. And I did take the box of colors out so that I could write the names of the colors on my swatch card, but I did put it exactly back into the box as I found it so that you can see how they packaged it, and it was very carefully packaged. I'll just take this out. Sorry, I had to drop the box on the floor because I don't have anywhere on the table to put it. I'll just take this out of its bubble wrap. So it comes, the colors come in a beautiful red metallic palette, and they are these lovely retro with this lovely palette with a really retro aesthetic to it. It reminds me of the colors that I would drool over when my mum would send me to the corner shop and ask me to buy something, and I would delay in the shop because I was looking at the stationery area at all the pencils and all the watercolors. Of course, these are artist grade. They're not student grade colors, they are artist grade colors, and I can't wait to swatch them for you. There are 12 colors in this box, and I'll read them out to you. First one is carmine, vermilion, deep yellow, lemon yellow, viridian, light green, and then Prussian blue, ultramarine, yellow ochre, burnt umber, burnt sienna, and black. And on the side we have a little tube of Chinese white. I'll take this out and I'll bring into focus my swatch card for you. I'll just readjust everything as usual so that everything is in its correct focus, and I'll be back and I'll begin swatching for you. I've added a teeny bit of water to each little pan of colour just to get some moisture in there so that it'll be easier to lift, and I'll begin swatching for you, first in mass tone and then in diluted version. So I'm going to start swatching the carmine. Wow, that's rich. That is very rich, very bold. That's lovely. And I'll dilute it a little bit so that we can see what it looks like. It's very pigmented. I added quite a bit of water, but it's still quite vibrant. Very nice. Next, I am going to swatch the vermilion. First mass tone. Oh, it's quite a dull orange. Very red orange. I was looking at it in the palette and I thought it might be a bit more vibrant, but it's quite deep. I like it. It's not a stark orange. And dilute it. It's nice. Whenever I see the word vermilion, I always think about something that's very very vivid. But no, this is very subdued. Okay, next I am going to swatch the deep yellow. This looks like a brighter orange. Yeah. But again, it's not as bright as I feared. I know there are many people that love bright colours. I'm more towards the more subdued colours, more moody colours. That's where I gravitate towards. But this is it's vivid, but it's soft at the same time. It's not too saturated. Let me dilute it. I think this is going to dilute into a very pretty colour. Yes, yes. That is lovely. I am swatching on Bockingford paper. Bockingford cold pressed paper. And can't believe I'm going to say this because there's not many reds that granulate, but that actually looks like it's granulated. Maybe it's a trick of the light in its diluted form. Well, and now we're going to swatch the lemon, which is going to be bright, I think. It's very lemony yellow. It looks like very lemon yellow, or it's called lemon. So yeah, it would be lemon yellow. Yes, very, very bright. And definitely an undertone of green in there. There's a green undertone. Well, that is, I mean, it's very vivid, but I can imagine even more diluted than this. It's going to be very ethereal. Very nice. Next, I'm going to swatch Viridian, which I would say would be more like a phthalo green. I doubt this is Viridian as in the true colour. It's a Viridian hue. Yeah, very, very artificial green. But a green that is very versatile for mixing. You can make it look very natural. Add some earth colours in there, and you've got a much more natural green. Yeah, I imagine this is going to be heavily staining as well. This looks like a phthalo. Next, light green. Again, this is going to be very bright. Yeah. Very bright green. Oh, this is for the lovers of bright colours. Again, a green that can become a lot more natural by mixing it with certain colours. So I would say that is phthalo green blue shade and phthalo green yellow shade. Sorry, I think I bumped my glasses into the camera again. What can I say? I get too close to the table and to the paper because I want to see the colours, and I just forget that I'm actually filming and there's a camera in front of me, or a phone. Next, I'm going to move this a little bit. We're going to move into the next row. I'm going to swatch Prussian blue. Very interested in seeing what this looks like. It's very nice blue. I'll dilute it. Yeah. It's very nice. Next, ultramarine. Oh, that is a nice ultramarine. That's very nice. I wonder if it granulates or if the pigment has been ground very fine for this palette. Let's dilute. That is very pretty. That is a very pretty ultramarine. I do love ultramarine as a colour. And every brand has its own variation of it, which makes it all more exciting to try. And I've got a wonky circle, so forgive me for that. That's lovely though, that is really nice. Next is the yellow ochre. Oh, that's quite opaque. Opaque, but not completely opaque. Semi-opaque. Ochres usually are quite opaque. Well, the ones that I've tried anyway, they are quite opaque. I'll dilute it. That is a nice ochre. Some ochres can be very dull. This one diluted is quite, it's quite bright, as in it lets the light bounce off the paper through the colour very nicely. It's quite nice. I like this ochre. Next up we have burnt umber. Oh, that is nice. I'm enjoying the earth colours much more than the other bright ones. That's a bias. That's my bias. I'm biased towards earth colours, muted colours. That is nice. Let's dilute it. It's very warm, burnt umber. Very nice. Next up, burnt sienna. Nice burnt sienna. Very middle burnt sienna, not too orange, not too red. Middle of the road burnt sienna. Dilute this. It's nice. I think my only issue with the earth colours, I can't see much granulation, I can't see much texture here, which is strange because I can see a bit of texture in the orange and the red. The red I shouldn't be seeing any texture, but I am. But here I'm not seeing any texture. So they're quite transparent and very finely ground watercolours, I would say. And next, black. Ooh, it's going to be opaque. Yeah. Very opaque. Wow. That is so black. It's like a black hole. Dilute it. I wonder how it will dry, if it will be that intense when it dries. Very neutral. Very neutral black. Yeah, I can't see it leaning towards anything really. It's just black, which is good. That is just so black. I don't think I've seen a watercolour that dense and black before. It's almost like a gouache. Okay, so those are the 12 colours. My thoughts on this palette. I think it's a very well thought out palette. It has a warm red, a cool red, a warm yellow, a cool yellow, a warm green, a cool green. The Prussian blue and the ultramarine, I think I would have put like a cooler blue, like a cerulean or something, so that I had a cool blue and a warm blue. Either the ultramarine. I would think I would keep the ultramarine and just put like a cool blue, maybe a cobalt teal light, like a turquoise colour. The other colours are the earth colours, so we've got yellow ochre, burnt umber, burnt sienna and black. As I said, I think it's a very well thought out palette. I would change a few things, but that is just down to my personal preference and has nothing to do with the palette itself. I would love to try mixing with it, which I will do. I'll try it out. I'll give it a spin after the video and see what colours it can make. I haven't tried the Chinese white. Maybe I should put a little bit on my palette and try and see how opaque it is. So if you wanted to do details with white, though for opaqueness you probably go with titanium white rather than Chinese white. So this might be only for mixing. Okay, so I'll try on this blue here. I think it's dry. Yeah. Yeah, I'll add a bit more water because it has no flow as is. Yes, it needs a bit more water. A little bit more. Trying to do it too dry to preserve opaqueness, but it's just not working. It's a few. Branches. I'm terrified of putting my hand down just in case it's still wet. Maybe a little moon here. Okay, I'm getting carried away. Yeah. As it dries, you can see that it becomes a lot more translucent. So I would say this is okay for highlights probably. If you put enough on your brush, but I would probably say it was better for mixing, making some pastel colours out of this palette. Obviously you can go over and add more white. It is possible to get the opacity, it's just going to need more time. You're going to have to fidget with it a bit longer. I love adding little details to colour. There we go. So yeah, the red, the carmine is nice. The vermilion is a lot more subdued than I would have expected, but that's a good thing for me. For some it might not be, but for me it is. The deep yellow is more orange, and it's not a warm yellow as I would like a Hansa medium yellow, for instance. It's an orange. It's more towards orange. It has more red in it. Lemon is very lemony. Viridian and light green are more like phthalo. I assume they are phthalo. Prussian blue, nice and moody. The ultramarine, very nice and bright. Yellow ochre, not as opaque as some ochres, which again, it's a personal preference. Some people like their ochres to be quite opaque, some don't. I prefer them to be semi-opaque. I like the transparency, it's better for layering. This is nice, this colour is really nice. The burnt umber is warmer, not as greener as some umbers I've seen, but every brand has their own variation of umber, as with burnt sienna as well. And the burnt sienna is a very middle burnt sienna. The only thing, as I said before, not much granulation, not much texture. They're quite flat. The black, wow, the black is like a black hole. You cannot see any speck of the paper. It is almost like it is gouache. Very, very dense colour. I just want to go back and start fidgeting on this again. I know, I shouldn't be doing this. I must stop. Okay. I'm not going to fidget and ramble any longer. So I'll be adding links to the video description for you to check out their site. They have lots of things, not just artist materials. But of course, the majority of you, if you're like me, will just be hanging out in the artist material section because that's what we do. Anyway, so this was the video for today. It's a short one. I don't think it's a very long video, which I'm always sad about, but there'll be more videos in the future which will be longer, I promise. About next week, just a reminder that I will not be uploading a video next week. I have a family member that is going in for surgery and I want to be there for them at the hospital and also at home as much as I can. So I'll be away, but hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be back the following week with something really exciting. So, which I'm hoping will arrive if the postal sprites allow it. I'd like to thank you all for being here. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to those who have subscribed. Thanks to those who comment. Thanks to those that are at the premiere. Hi. We have a really nice discussion at the premieres about watercolours. We get all excited about watercolours together. Anyway, my awkward bit at the end. If you like this video, please hit the like button because that helps the video's visibility. If you want to see more videos from me, please subscribe and hit the notification button so that YouTube will notify you that I have uploaded a new video. I would love to hear your thoughts on these paints. Let me know in the comments below. I'll leave you here. I'll say goodbye and I'll see you soon. Not next week, but I'll see you the week after, hopefully. Bye-bye for now. Bye. Bye. Bye.